Hello there, this is Torix, and welcome back to the second video in my small series of tips and tricks for other creators that are just starting out. For this video, I wanted to talk about getting everything set up on Twitch and the process that small creators can generally go through for starting up their stream. When you're just starting out, following Twitch's action items are a pretty great place to begin setting everything up. As you can see here, they're split into 4 items on your sidebar. So I'll just go ahead and cover them one by one. The About Me tab is probably the simplest of the 4 to get properly set up, since it's composed entirely of things that you can do and set up without having to even integrate OBS Studio or anything aside from Twitch. All you've really got to do for it is select an accent color for your streams, a banner for your profile. I've got this nice thing of the Vermalock Wildwood from Critical Role. I found some nice art for it and I'm using that. In the same tab, there's an opportunity for you to link to a social media. I'd recommend either linking it to a YouTube channel if you've got one of those set up, or a Discord if you've managed to gather enough of a fan base that people will actually go and gather there. I have both linked to mine, but you can really link it anywhere. If you have any things along the side of Facebook, Blue Sky, or Instagram, those could also be pretty worthwhile. Finally, this tab also asks for a short biography about yourself and a profile picture. So anything really could fit in these things, but it does help to have something related to what you're actually doing in the bio, and I just recommend for your profile picture making sure that it's actually, well, recognizable. For example, you don't really see this geometric D20 logo anywhere outside of my streams, so I tend to use that for mine. It's how several people have found me already. The next tab, dealing with alerts, is a lot more complicated to explain. On Twitch, you're going to want to head over to the Alerts tab to properly set it up, which is easily done by clicking on the section in the sidebar like I just did, or by using the action item icon for it. You can then set up an alert box by heading over here and, well, clicking the Create Alert Box button. It's a bit complicated, but you're eventually going to want alerts for at least a few things. I would recommend making sure that you have ones for a user deciding to follow your stream and for raids. Those are going to be what you as a new streamer see most of the time, especially the new follow one. The rest of them aren't quite as important, as your channel needs to actually be able to earn bits, subscriptions, and the like first. But if you would like to get a head start, I want to make sure they're good to go early. If you'd really like to add your own flair to it, you can easily set up your own custom images and GIFs to use for your alerts. I would recommend it. I have not done so myself yet, but a good chunk of popular streamers have some sort of customized thing behind the Twitch defaults. The other part of the setup is just making sure your alerts actually are linked to your OBS or recording software. The other part of the setup is making sure that you actually have alerts linked to your OBS or recording software. For OBS Studio, I set up mine by copying the browser source URL at the bottom right of the alert box page, and then setting up a browser source in OBS with that URL pasted into it. Simply by doing this, go to browser, and then hit OK, and then you can type that in, or paste it, and whenever you get an alert, it'll show up in this little transparent box right here. From there, it's as simple as dragging it to wherever you'd like to go, and there you are. It's pretty much set up. The video action icons go back to being relatively simple compared to setting up alerts. Clips aren't something you'd likely need to worry about too much at this stage, but making sure that you store your VODs is immensely useful. Thankfully, you can do that by just hitting this little toggle here. Not only does it allow viewers on Twitch to at least watch a few of your live streams after the initial dates, but you can also save them to your own computer from the Video Producer tab on Twitch. If you go under Content, it's the first one here. And then from there, you can just save them to your own computer by hitting the download button, or even export it to YouTube directly. Notably, the one drawback with this method of storing your VODs on Twitch is that any changes to the VODs that occurred directly in it are permanently a part of the video file, and cannot be edited easily. It isn't typically too large of a drawback, but it should be noted that things such as Twitch's automatic mutes for copyrighted material and songs are carried over as a part of this. I've been hit by it a few times, as you can see here, unfortunately. So make sure that what you're using for background music is actually copyright free. And finally, there are extensions. I will be honest, I've not messed with these at all aside from simply browsing, as I've ended up doing things pretty directly most of the time. But some of them are genuinely pretty useful depending on the game and what exactly you would like to do. I would recommend at least hitting this Browse More extension buttons and giving them a look through to see what exactly you can find. And who knows, maybe something would be helpful for what you're planning on doing. But if you can't find anything, I wouldn't stress out about it too much. They're entirely optional. With all of that looked through, you should be significantly further along your path to streaming on Twitch. Hopefully some of this advice is able to help you on the road, or at least teach you a few things that you wouldn't otherwise know about. Next time, I'll be talking about the process I've gone through with YouTube and setting it up, as well as several interesting or useful things that I've learned to inspect using the website's creator tools. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then! Till next time!